This is what mall food courts used to look like, and you won't believe what happened to these iconic spots. Malls became cultural hubs in the 1950s, but by the 70s and 80s, they were thriving with food courts full of beloved eateries. But as shopping malls have evolved, many of those once iconic restaurants have disappeared. Let's take a look at this nostalgic trip back from some food court classics that are now just memories. Hot Sam Pretzels. Hot Sam Pretzels was once the go-to spot for mall-goers in need of a quick, warm snack. Founded in the mid-1960s at a mall outside of Detroit, Michigan, this beloved food court staple offered Bavarian-style soft pretzels. They were perfect for anyone wanting a quick bite in between stores. And the brand quickly grew. By the 1990s, there were more than 175 locations across the United States. The pretzels, served hot and golden, became a mall essential, especially during the brand's peak. However, in 2005, Hot Sam's legacy came to an end when it was acquired by Mrs. Fields, the cookie chain. The remaining Hot Sam location was rebranded into Pretzel Time, and the name faded into the background of food court history. For those who are a fan of the Netflix series Stranger Things, you may have spotted a Hot Sam Pretzels shop in the fictional mall, bringing back a wave of nostalgia for this once beloved brand. Harvest House Cafeteria. Harvest House Cafeteria was a pioneer in the food court experience before food courts even existed. Owned by Woolworths, this restaurant offered shoppers an entire sit-down dining experience in the heart of their shopping trip. The cafeteria concept provided affordable meals with full dinners costing just over $1, a steal even by 1960s standards. As malls became the center of social life, Harvest House Cafeteria found its place in shopping centers across the country. Luxurious for its time, some locations boasted plush leather seats, burgundy carpets, and wide windows that overlooked the bustling mall corridors. By the 1990s, however, both Harvest House and its parent company Woolworths were faded into memory. But the legacy they left behind helped shape the modern food court as we know it today. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Kenny Rogers Roasters was a fast food restaurant chain founded by the legendary country singer himself. Known for its roasted chicken and famous corn muffins made from real corn, the restaurant quickly became a favorite. By the mid-90s, there were over 350 locations, many of them nestled in food courts across the United States. At the height of its popularity, the restaurant was even featured in an episode of Seinfeld, solidifying its place in pop culture. But despite its initial success, the chain struggled financially and filed for bankruptcy in 1998. The brand was sold and changed hands multiple times, eventually finding a second life in Southeast Asia, where over 400 locations still operate today. In the US, however, Kenny Rogers Roasters has mostly disappeared from the food court scene. Caramel corn. Caramel corn was a must-visit for any mall-goer with a sweet tooth. Starting out in Wyoming in the 1920s, the brand initially found success selling caramel-coated popcorn in storefronts. But it was the mall boom of the 1980s that truly catapulted caramel corn into the spotlight. With over 200 locations nationwide, the smell of freshly popped caramel-drizzled popcorn became synonymous with shopping mall visits. And today, the brand has retreated to a few remaining locations in Nebraska and sells gourmet popcorn online. While you might not find a caramel corn stand at your local mall anymore, the sweet memories of its popcorn remain. Morrison's Cafeteria. Morrison's Cafeteria was a Southern institution known for its wide array of cafeteria-style offerings. Founded in Mobile, Alabama in the 1920s, Morrison's thrived through the Great Depression and expanded its reach to shopping malls as they began to pop up across the country. By the 1970s and 80s, it was a favorite among mall-goers who wanted a hearty meal rather than a quick snack. Morrison's menu was massive, with over 70 dishes to choose from, including their famous fried chicken and a selection of Southern comfort foods. But, like many of its food court counterparts, Morrison's began to fade as dining trends shifted. Today, the brand has been replaced by its relative, Ruby Tuesday, and Morrison's is no longer part of the modern mall experience. Orange Julius. Orange Julius is perhaps one of the most iconic mall food court brands to ever exist. Starting in Los Angeles in the late 1920s, the brand became famous for its sweet, frothy drink made from orange juice, ice, and sugar. By the 1960s, Orange Julius had expanded across America, and its signature drink became a staple of every food court in the 1980s. At its peak, Orange Julius had over 400 locations nationwide, but like many food court favorites, the brand began to fade as malls declined. Today, Orange Julius has become absorbed into Dairy Queen, and while you can still order the drink at some Dairy Queen locations, the standalone Orange Julius stores have all but disappeared. Britling Cafeterias. Britling Cafeterias date all the way back to 1919 in Birmingham, Alabama. The cafeteria-style restaurant was known for its wide range of freshly prepared dishes and affordable prices. Britling quickly became a regional favorite, expanding into suburbs and even making its way into shopping malls. Their slogan, "Good food is good health," reflected their focus on quality and variety. Britling Cafeteria saw their heyday in the mid-20th century, but by the 1980s, the chain began to decline and the last of their locations closed. Today, Britling Cafeterias has a distant memory, but they were once a beloved part of the mall food scene. Bressler's 33 Flavors. Long before Baskin-Robbins dominated the ice cream world, there was Bressler's 33 Flavors. Founded by a Polish immigrant during the Great Depression, Bressler's specialized in ice cream bars and eventually grew into a popular chain in the 1960s. By the 1980s, Bressler's was thriving with over 400 stores, many of them malls across the country. The chain changed hands multiple times in the following decades, and by 2007, Bressler's had completely disappeared from the American market. However, the brand had left an indelible mark on mall culture, as it was one of the most popular spots to grab a sweet treat during the day of shopping. While many of these once iconic mall food court restaurants have disappeared, their impact on shopping culture remains. The memory of grabbing a pretzel at Hot Sam's or sipping on an Orange Julius while strolling through the mall lives on in the mind of those who experienced the heyday of American shopping malls. As malls continue to evolve and new dining trends emerge, the days of these classic food court staples may be long gone, but they will never be forgotten. Which food court restaurant did you miss the most? Share your memories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more nostalgic trips down memory lane.